I was on the subway and I was listening to a Spotify playlist. And I was kind of doing some work. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was listening to. And after about 15 minutes, it suddenly dawned on me that I had just heard back to back Barber Violin Concerto, Busta Rhymes, and Huma Sakela. And I started to think, man, am I just crazy? Or does everybody have a playlist that's this eclectic? And I started to ask people and listen to other playlists. And sure enough, everybody is listening to all kinds of stuff. Yet we're still putting out albums and presenting concerts that are all one genre, all one thing. And that just seemed crazy to me. So I started to think, I want to see a concert that has all of it in it at the same time on one stage. I guess that's sort of how it was born. The spirit of the show is all about love and generosity and about the desire to connect and share. Everybody that gets onto the stage is there because they want to truly have a moment with the audience. When I look out, I can feel how captivated everybody is, and that creates this magical atmosphere in the room, and we all start to hold each other up. The audience is such a huge part of the concert.
Joe's Pub, how you doing tonight? All right, come on. We're in the greatest city in the world. We're in the greatest venue in the world. We got some of the greatest musicians in the world on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, how you feeling tonight?
The format of the show is something like 1 part Ed Sullivan, 1 part musical Epcot Center, 1 part VH1 storytellers, and all parts incredibly awesome concerts. Every guest that comes out on the stage is from a completely different musical background. They each represent something completely individual. There's this magic that happens when you have a classical violinist looking over at a rapper and saying, I see you, and what you're doing is amazing, and vice versa, right? When a jazz saxophone player looks over at a Broadway singer and says, you're incredible. All of a sudden, these divides of genre and tradition all start to melt away, and we just start to see each other as fellow artists. And it's incredible. You can see it on the face of the audience. All of a sudden, they start to draw connections between these things that seem so different and so removed. And all of a sudden, when they're right by each other, side by side, all of these similarities start to be illuminated. We're all speaking the same language in the sense that we're all expressing ourselves through song or through instrumental music, right? That's the actual undercurrent beneath it all. But in the world, we get put into these boxes. You're over there making music that sounds like this. You sound like this, so you go over there. But that's crazy. So this is about bringing the truth to the forefront, which is that we all love each other. We are all inspired by one another. And our musical vernaculars are just different shades of one bigger, deeper musical tongue. There's an educational component. There's also just sure entertainment. And for me, those two things live side by side. music is the manifestation of so much human thought, of so much human belief, of so much human desire to express and communicate, so much culture. So if you actually listen, if you actually focus into it and go to it and allow it to do what it's made to do, you allow it to speak, so many of the answers to the questions that we have in life are there. You just have to listen.